Hello pretty people, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Tori. Thank you so much for being here today. For today's video, we're gonna do a little monthly roundup of my favorites. I didn't do one for March, so this is kind of like a combined March and April favorites. Let's start with fashion, shall we? My main fashion favorites over the past couple of months have just been t-shirts. I've really been into the oversized graphic tee and also finding the perfect white tee for me. I know for a lot of people, the perfect white tee is their like staple, but for me, graphic tees are actually this staple when it comes to t-shirts in my wardrobe. I'm really loving this one that I'm currently wearing. It's from Moby Thrift. It's their iconic Princess Diana shirt. I really love like an oversized charcoal gray graphic tee. And you will notice that because the next favorite is also a charcoal gray graphic tee. The second tee I've been wearing nonstop is from the brand Daydreamer. It's this Cure t-shirt. This is actually a one size fits most t-shirt and I was kind of nervous about how it would look on me, but it looks like the perfect kind of baggy on me, which I really like. I really love Daydreamer's graphic tees. I also have another one from them that's also the Cure, but I just love having t-shirts of bands that I actually listen to. I also love this one because it has a design on the back with tour dates, so I really love it. And then the white tee that's in my current rotation is also from Daydreamer. It's this one. I forgot what the name is, but I really love this t-shirt because it's a very boxy fit. I wish it was a little more opaque than it is, but I'm totally fine with it. Another fashion favorite, which is kind of like fashion and technology favorite, is my Oura ring. I bought this for myself for Christmas and I've been wearing it ever since. I'm really in my like data era, I guess you could say. Like I'm tracking the movies I'm watching on Letterboxd. I'm tracking my steps with my Oura ring. I was always so against wearable tech just because for the longest time I thought it was ugly. Like, I'm so sorry, but the Apple Watch tan is diabolical and I did not want that, but I am getting a tan from this ring. I really like the Oura ring because I like that it can help you track your sleep as well as how active you are during the day. I feel like ever since I started using my Oura ring, I've kind of started to gamify movement. So I try to squeeze movement in my day as much as I can, whether that's walking my dogs or just like going for an early morning walk around the block. I feel like the app is also really great because it's very user-friendly. I'm definitely a novice when it comes to wearable tech and understanding like the data of your body, but I'm really enjoying my time with it so far. I will say though, if you are getting the Oura ring, the app says it takes about 2 weeks to get used to your routine in order to properly track, you know, your data. But I think for me personally, it took closer to a month because I think within that first month, it was still telling me like to start preparing to go to bed at like 8 p.m. and I am not a 9 p.m. sleeper, okay? So now it kind of understands that I'm going to bed at like 11:45. I'm getting ready for bed at 10. I really enjoy it. I think it's really beautiful. The only downside is that it scratches extremely easily. You probably can't tell from far away that it's super scratched, but every time I put it on, I just see the millions and millions of scratches it's gotten in a span of like less than 6 months. But that's my little tech review. Moving on to skincare. I have two skincare favorites that I really want to talk about. The first is this Laneige Water Bank Blue Hyaluronic Revitalizing Toner. As you can see, I'm almost out of it. Over the past, I want to say maybe like 8 months to a year, I've been on the hunt for a toner that works for my skin. I really wanted a really hydrating toner because I've kind of noticed that even though I have combination skin, it's kind of been a little dry lately. I really love this toner. It's very like viscous. It's not necessarily a water, but it's not like a gel or anything. One thing I really love about this toner is the packaging. I don't know if you can hear it, but it locks in place once it's fully closed. And I had a toner from Innisfree that I was using until I ran out a few months ago, and that one would leak everywhere, and it was also made of glass, so it was not very travel friendly, but this one is perfect for taking with you everywhere, and I'm obsessed with it. It didn't break me out when I started using it, even though it does have a bit of a scent. I would say the scent is more of like a florally kind of scent, but I'm enjoying it so far. I'll probably repurchase once I'm done with this. The second skincare product I want to talk about is a body wash, and it's this Salt and Stone Bergamot and Hinoki body wash. I actually got this for Christmas in a trio with their hand cream and deodorant, but I really love the body wash. It does feel very luxurious. However, I do feel like I need to have like 3 pumps of this stuff to get a nice lather. For reference, I am 5'9", so I'm a tall girl. One characteristic of this body wash that I feel like is very divisive is that the scent doesn't linger very long outside of the shower, and I actually kind of like that. I really love how you can smell the scent when you're in your shower and kind of doing that routine, but when you're out of the shower and you're like, it's time to like layer on perfumes, you can't really smell this product. So I love it. I don't know if I'll repurchase it because it is a little bit expensive for a body wash, but it was lovely to get as a present. So I would highly recommend getting this for someone as a gift if you know what kind of scents they like. For makeup products, there are 2 makeup products I've had on constant rotation lately. I had the crustiest lips this winter, and this definitely was a saving grace. This is the Topicals Slick Salve Mint Lip Balm. It's meant for dry, parched lips, and it says it has ceramides, hyaluronic acid, glycerin, and rice bran wax, and it is delicious. What is very surprising about this product is it has a very high shine, especially for a lip balm. Let me put some on right now. If you're someone who's really into like the minty kind of lip balm, this is definitely for you. I love this brand. I definitely want to try more from this brand, but this has been my go-to. Obsessed. The second makeup product I have to share is a blush, and I'm currently wearing it today, and that is the Saie Dew Blush in the shade Chili. I'm really trying to branch out when it comes to blush, but at the end of the day, I'm just a mauve blush kind of girl, and I love this one. I love the doe foot applicator. However, I will say this has such a natural finish that I would actually recommend applying this product directly to your cheeks and then actually patting it out with a brush versus your finger, just because I feel like when I use my finger, I kind of like rub it out, but this with a brush, it's perfect. It's everything. I'm currently wearing it today, and I feel like it just gives me that nice natural glow that I'm looking for. During the months of March and April, I was really in my long walk era, so I was listening to a lot of music, and these were the albums that were on repeat in my headphones. The first is obviously Eternal Sunshine by Ariana Grande. My favorites from that album are Bye, Eternal Sunshine, Don't Want to Break Up Again, and We Can't Be Friends, Wait for Your Love. Like, classics. I also was listening to a lot of Starfucker by Slater, and my favorites off that album are Makeup and James Dean. Something about strutting to those songs, like with your headphones on, not a care in the world, it really hits different. Of course, I was listening to Cowboy Carter, I Don't Live Under a Rock. My favorites from Cowboy Carter are Bodyguard, Protector, Yaya, and Two Most Wanted. I mean, the Ryan Beatty stands are coming out. I know my friends Lissa and Nicole were so stoked when they were like, okay, this song was written by Ryan Beatty. Absolutely. And then I've also been listening to a lot of Chappell Roan. Obviously, she had a huge moment and she's taking off now because of opening it for Olivia Rodrigo and Coachella and her new song, Good Luck Babe. But she has been like my go-to for like a long walk and you want to feel cool and confident and whatever. And my favorite songs from the rise and fall of the Midwest Princess are Femininomenon, After Midnight, and Hot to Go. They just are so good, and I really want to see her in concert. I'm really sad I like couldn't go to Coachella last minute. I couldn't see her live, and I'm kind of gutted about that. As I said earlier, I'm really into collecting data of myself or just creating lists. So I've really been into Letterboxd lately, and I've really been into watching movies. The first movie that took over my brain is The Greatest Hits. It's currently on Hulu. It stars Lucy Boynton, I think that's how you pronounce her last name, from Bohemian Rhapsody and Sing Street. This movie takes place in Los Angeles and follows this woman named Harriet who found out that she can like time travel to certain places based on the music that she's hearing. Like the music will literally take her back to a certain place, and she's trying to find the one song that could help her save her boyfriend from dying in a fatal car crash. And it was so cute. I loved it. I also love the songs that they played in this. Like every needle drop in this movie, I was like, oh yeah, this is for hot people. Like hot people understand the importance of this needle drop right now. The makeup artist in this movie is also the same one that does the makeup in Euphoria, and you can definitely see the ways in which she uses like eyeliner and like colors to portray the characters like mood, which I really thought was really cute. But overall, just a very cute and fun romance movie with hot people. And what more could we ask for? The second movie that has been on my mind, that is still on my mind, is one that should not surprise you. I did watch it at the end of April, and that is Challengers. Do I need to say more? I literally saw it the opening night, and I need to see it again. Like, I'm literally itching to get back into the theater to watch this movie again. I mean, everything about it is beautiful. The cinematography, the colors, the acting, like Zendaya, Josh O'Connor, Mike Feist. I love you so much. The soundtrack is phenomenal. I love Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross. Like, I loved what they did for the Social Network score and what they did for the Challengers score. Ooh, it is so good. I literally have, that is also another one of those albums that I've had on repeat. I have just been listening to the remixed versions and also the original score. Like, this movie is everything. I need to watch it again. I'm also so excited to see what this trio wears to the Met Gala in a few days. Like, yeah, absolutely. The last two favorites I want to talk about are books, and guess what? I'm out of my book slump. We have made it. I'm currently on track for my reading goal of the year. These two books are definite standouts and probably my top rated books of the year so far. The first book that I want to talk about is I'm a Fan by Sheena Patel. I'm just going to read the back of this book because I feel like it describes this book the best. Sheena Patel's incandescent first novel begins with the unnamed narrator describing her seemingly unequal romantic relationship. With a clear and unforgiving eye, our narrator dissects the behavior of all involved, herself included. Sex, brutality, politics, social media, work, art, tenderness, humor. Patel tackles them all in this blistering novel while making the reader complicit in the inescapable trap of fandom that seems to define the modern condition. Ooh! Continuing with what was said on the back, not only is our unnamed narrator obsessed with this married man that she's having an affair with, but she's also obsessed with another woman that this man is having an affair with. Like, there's this line right here. It's like, men's time is believed to be limitless. There is no shelf life for the man that I want to be with like there is for me. There is no cliff face he can be forever pursuing. I have to have had a whole life before I am 30, will be deemed old at 35, yet he has the ability to remake his life at whatever age he wants. The possibility of starting afresh with a younger face is always open to him. He wastes women's time, which to me is the most heinous crime he commits, and the second is his lack of remorse. The validation a relationship bestows upon a woman's personhood still exists and has to be internally fought off if a union hasn't been achieved. The world is built for couples, even unhappy ones. One thing that I really like to read in books is kind of like the similarities between love and obsession, and also like loving someone who is deemed important in like the public sphere and how that makes the person who wants to be loved feel even more loved. This theme is kind of prevalent in a lot of books that I like to read, or a lot of my favorite books. Like, think about this book. I feel like that theme is also very prevalent in Conversations with Friends by Sally Rooney, or some of my other favorite books like Sirens and Muses by Antonia Angress. This is a 5-star read for me. I'm begging you all to read this book. The next book I want to talk about is a complete 180 from the last one, and that is How to End a Love Story by Yulin Kwong. I originally picked up this book because I believe that Yulin is adapting quite a few Emily Henrys for the screen. I think she's writing the script for Beach Read and People We Meet on Vacation, and she's also directing Beach Read, so I really wanted to see what her work was like, and I really enjoyed this story. This story follows Helen and Grant. Helen and Grant knew each other in high school and are kind of bonded together by a very traumatic accident that happened in high school. It's an accident that both of them are both trying to forget and get over. Fast forward a few years, they both meet again in Los Angeles. Helen is in Los Angeles because her best-selling YA series is being adapted into like a CW-esque show, and then Grant is the co-showrunner on that show, so they're like working a lot together. If we're speaking in romance tropes, it is a little bit like enemies to lovers, and I really feel like the enemies part of their relationship is very believable, especially with like the traumatic accident that happened or that connects them. I feel like that accident also really explains like the walls they have with like communication and their feelings. It just makes a lot of sense. Their banter was delicious. The little like spacey scenes were very hot. I found them to be a very interesting couple, and I loved reading this, so I can't wait to see what else this author puts out, and also like what her adaptations of the Emily Henry movies are. So very excited for that. That's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what your current favorites are. I would love to know. If you want to see more from me, feel free to follow me over on Instagram or TikTok. And that's it. I'll see you for the next one. Bye.